The atmosphere at Trump National Doral took on an unexpected twist during the final round of the $20 million PGA Tour event, as Donald Trump made a high-profile appearance, this time accompanied by his granddaughter, Kai Trump. Their joint added a mix of political intrigue and personal family dynamics to an already closely watched tournament. This marked a significant moment for the venue itself. Trump National Doral was hosting its first PGA Tour event in nearly a decade, drawing attention not only from golf enthusiasts but also from media and spectators curious about the former president's involvement. Trump arrived earlier than initially planned, stepping onto the property around 12:15 p.m., roughly half an hour after the leading groups had already teed off. Walking from the hotel area toward a private suite overlooking the 18th green, he was met with a modest but noticeable reaction from the crowd. A handful of cheers echoed as he waved briefly before heading inside. At the time of his arrival, players like Patrick Rodgers, Jason Day, and Maverick McNeely were wrapping up their rounds on the 18th hole. Despite the presence of elite golfers and a competitive leaderboard, Trump's appearance inevitably became one of the focal points of the day. Security, as expected, was significantly intensified. Once news broke that Trump would be attending, the United States Secret Service moved swiftly to reinforce safety protocols across the venue. Additional checkpoints were installed, access routes were tightened, and surveillance was heightened throughout the course. The heightened vigilance wasn't without incident. Authorities detained an individual who reportedly became disruptive and refused to comply with instructions. The arrest took place on site, underscoring the strict enforcement of security measures. The timing of this visit is particularly notable given recent events. Just days earlier, Trump and Melania Trump had been evacuated from the White House Correspondents' Dinner after a man carrying multiple weapons attempted to breach a security checkpoint. During that incident, a Secret Service agent was shot but fortunately protected by a bulletproof vest. Understandably, such events have contributed to an even more cautious approach during public appearances like this one. Trump had originally scheduled his arrival for later in the afternoon but adjusted his plans due to shifting weather conditions. Rain had already impacted the tournament schedule, delaying tee times and forcing organizers to adopt split starts from both the first and 10th tees beginning at 9:30 a.m. The aim was to complete the round before heavier rainfall set in later in the day. Despite the high stakes and strong field, attendance at the tournament appeared somewhat underwhelming. Seasonal factors likely played a role. Late April and early May are not typically peak months for golf spectatorship in South Florida. Morning showers further dampened turnout, leaving sections of the course less crowded than expected for an event of this magnitude. On the leaderboard, competition remained intense. Cameron Young entered the final round with a commanding lead at 15 under par. Chasing him were world number 1 Scottie Scheffler at 9 under and Si-Woo Kim, both hoping to mount a late charge. Their group teed off at 11:42 a.m., navigating not only the pressure of competition but also increasingly unpredictable weather conditions. Amid all of this, Kai Trump's presence added a more personal and relatable dimension to the day. Now 18 years old, she has grown increasingly visible in golf circles, often accompanying her grandfather to events. Her passion for the sport runs deep. She has been playing since early childhood and has spent years practicing on courses owned by the Trump Organization. Her connection to golf is not just recreational, it is also shaping her future. Kai is set to join the University of Miami's golf program in 2026, a decision influenced in part by her grandfather's enthusiasm. The proximity of Trump National Doral to the university played a role in that choice, highlighting how family ties and geography intersected in her development as an athlete. However, her journey hasn't been without setbacks. Recently, Kai underwent hand surgery, temporarily sidelining her from full competition. While she remains optimistic about returning to play by mid-year, she has acknowledged limitations in her current recovery phase. As she put it, she can manage putting across 18 holes but is not yet able to execute full shots. Her target is a return to full play by July, suggesting a cautious but determined approach to rehabilitation. Interestingly, Kai's interests extend beyond golf. Earlier in 2026, she explored a completely different kind of adrenaline-fueled experience, NASCAR racing. Alongside her sister Chloe and their father, Donald Trump Jr., Kai visited the iconic Daytona International Speedway. What started as a fun outing quickly turned into a nerve-wracking experience. The family participated in a NASCAR racing experience, taking laps in a number 43 Chevrolet Camaro. The high-speed run, reaching up to 170 miles per hour, proved to be more intense than anticipated. Watching their father push the car to its limits, hugging the track's edge for optimal speed, left both Kai and her sister visibly shaken. The experience offered a stark contrast to the controlled precision of golf, exposing them to the raw intensity of motorsport. The Trump family's association with NASCAR isn't new. Donald Trump himself has attended major events like the Daytona 500, even serving as Grand Marshal in 2020. His continued presence at such events reflects a broader interest in sports that extends beyond golf. Back at Doral, the convergence of sports, politics, and family created a unique narrative thread throughout the day. While the tournament itself remained the primary focus, the presence of high-profile figures like Trump and his granddaughter added layers of complexity and intrigue. For spectators and viewers alike, it was a reminder that major sporting events often serve as stages for stories that go far beyond the competition itself. In the end, the 2026 Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral will likely be remembered not just for its leaderboard drama or weather challenges, but also for this unexpected family appearance. It highlighted the enduring intersection between public figures and sports culture, where a single visit can shift attention, influence atmosphere, and create moments that resonate long after the final putt drops.